Alright, so Cyberpunk 2077 has actually been getting some very impressive player home mods, which are adding new apartments to the game. And while there's a lot of mods that reskin V's apartment or change it to something entirely different, today we are specifically taking a look at the 5 best player home mods that actually add standalone new player homes or have implemented the apartment features in a existing location. This is something that would be a lot easier to implement if CD Projekt Red released full modding tools. However, as it stands right now, this is very complicated to implement and requires some modder resources that makes this a little bit more experimental. But I figured it would still be cool to check these out to show you what's available. But before we jump into the mods for today, a quick message from this video's sponsor, Atlas VPN, which is currently running a major $1.99 per month offer right now, meaning you can get their fast and easy to use VPN service for 82% off, which is an insane deal for protecting your privacy and security, all while unlocking the other many perks that Atlas VPN provides. Allow you to hop servers in order to avoid cheaters in multiplayer games, watch your favorite content that isn't available in your region, and even save money by using regional pricing. This is all made a breeze with their fast connection speeds and easy to use app, which is available on a ton of devices. And to use Atlas VPN, all you need to do is install the app on your device of choice, choose the location that you want to appear in, and then you'll be able to access content, servers, and regional prices as if you're actually there. And right now is the best time to get Atlas VPN, as you can get a 3-year subscription for only $1.99 per month, giving you access to Atlas VPN on an unlimited number of devices with no restrictions. And if you don't end up liking it, there's even a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you can always give it a shot to see if Atlas VPN is for you. Of course, this 82% off deal won't last forever, so you can go give Atlas VPN a try by clicking the link in the video description. Thanks again to Atlas VPN for sponsoring this video. Alright, so let's begin with a player home that you should probably all recognize from both the game's story and a little-known anime series called Edgerunners. That being V's mansion, which CD Projekt Red was evil enough to blue ball us with in the base game. Thankfully, V's Edgerunners Mansion Apartment DLC by Nexus Guy 999 turns it into a fully functioning player home with all the bells and whistles of patch 1.6. The player home itself can be unlocked by purchasing it at the newly added elevator right next to the penthouse fast travel point, which is found south of V's original apartment. And entering this mansion is a sight to see, as once you've come up the elevator, you'll be welcomed with an open layout revealing the high-end player home with all the amenities it has to offer, featuring a stash, wardrobe, a makeup station for character customization, functional computers, a number of places to sit, including couches, beanbag chairs, and benches out on the balcony, an absolute mess of a bed to sleep on, and of course the ability to watch the horrors that are Cyberpunk's advertisements. All of this is topped off with the stellar view facing Japantown and a large balcony that wraps around with a garden and functioning pool. And if you happen to be using the Let There Be Flight mod, there's even an AV landing pad for easy access. It's just a really elegant and clean player home with all the features you could really want, and since it's using an existing location from the game, it's the most stable of the bunch and one I would actually highly recommend you install, even on a normal playthrough. But next up, we've got Stone Manor Player Home by Longinotti, which brings a brand new player home to the game that once belonged to an heir of Arasaka. Sitting atop a metro station and marketplace, in which you'll have to climb a ladder to reach, is not only a sight to see, but includes a load of features and unique rooms that I think you'll love, such as a retro diner, functioning vending machines, a roach race arcade machine, and even a hidden room. There's a lot to both the interior and exterior of this 3-story mansion, and while not a lot of it adds any form of functional value, it makes it feel like your own little party resort. And that's not just because of the hologram stripper and posters that are most certainly not YouTube friendly. Overall, this is really just a perfect player home for anyone rocking a Corpo character. Otherwise, the massive Arasaka logo out front might be a bit of a turnoff for you. Third up on the list, we've got Maequess Eden Luxury Apartment by T1993810, a hotel suite with a Corpo Japanese theme throughout, featuring a main lobby that branches out to the many rooms and hallways it has to offer. And off to the right, it leads us to a master bedroom featuring a lounge and bar, as well as its own luxurious bathroom. But heading over to the opposite end of the suite, it features just about everything else you'd expect in a high-end apartment suite, with a lounge, kitchen, as well as meeting space. There's even a number of cultural elements brought to the rooms and things featured in this suite, so if you have any explanations for some of the things seen throughout, be sure to comment. Either way, it's just a really superb apartment that I really wouldn't mind spending time in, especially with the illuminated view of Night City. And next up, we've got Luxury Apartment TAIHO by, once again, T1993810, which has a somewhat similar feel to the previous apartment, welcoming us with an almost evil corpo hallway with water along the sides, which you'll find that the unique theme of this apartment is wetness, as you'll find that there's water just about everywhere. In fact, the entire suite is surrounded by what is essentially a moat at the top of this apartment. And I'd say my only disappointment of this entire player home is the fact that I can't go out and chill on the balcony, but I do still appreciate the view nonetheless. It's just a really nice apartment suite, and one that might even get you a little wet. And our last player home for today is one that honestly blew me away after installing it, that being Japantown Luxury Suite by REXX, which adds an entirely new apartment lobby entrance and even a functional one-car garage in Japantown, which includes an elevator that will beam you up to the brand new apartment suite. While it's not exactly the largest we've covered here, it's most certainly still an eye-catcher with a more cozy, modern feel to it. And while the interior shines with the handful of rooms and even a second floor with a bathroom and master bedroom, which even features its own balcony, giving you a wide view of Night City with all the AVs flying about, the strongest part of this luxury suite has to be the rooftop patio, which is around the same size as the apartment itself and would be a good place for a rooftop party if only we could play this game with friends or have some companions. There's even a small little room tucked along the side with a netrunner station, so this tiny little apartment suite is quite jam-packed. This is just a really cool mod to check out that makes me think, what if? The amount of potential for this game if it had a full modding toolset like that of the creation kit for Fallout and Skyrim would be truly insane. Modders are accomplishing these player home mods with prop placement using the appearance menu mod and the object spawner, while pairing it with cyber engine tweaks for things like interactions. And while it can produce some stellar results as we've covered in this video, there are some very big limitations and drawbacks, which I alluded to earlier in the video. Not only is it very hard to implement on the modder's side, which explains the lack of standalone player home mods, but it's also just generally not a stable or feature-complete experience in-game, as a lot of these aren't perfect and have issues such as missing interactions, terrible performance, visual bugs, and even require you to manually spawn the prop presets in-game and then use a teleport menu to access them. The only exception to all this is the V's Edgerunners mansion, as that is using a pre-existing location, and that mod author has done a ton of work to polish it up and make it work as a fully functioning player home. And with how strong the mod community for this game is without such mod tools, I can't even begin to imagine what we would see if CD Projekt Red does eventually bring such mod tools. Now, whether or not they'll even bother at this point is the question, as they've already announced their future plans of developing all future games on Unreal Engine 5, including the next Cyberpunk game codenamed Orion. So I'd love to know your thoughts. Do you think such mod tools would be worth their time to strengthen the mod community? Or is their focus best spent on polishing the game themselves and working on future projects? I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comment section below. And before you click off, you should probably know that I do indeed have more Cyberpunk 2077 mod videos that you can check out on screen. But that's it for this video. Thanks again for watching, and until next time, this is Apoqsi, signing off.